going on, everyone? Today I will be analyzing this entire movie year of 2018. In my review for Bohemian Rhapsody, I promised you another video this week, a special video, and this one will kind of be along the lines of a rant. I might be in the minority for this opinion, but I don't feel like 2018 has been the strongest movie year compared to others. I was one of the people that thought 2016 was a weak year for movies, but now looking back on it, I think 2018 might actually be weaker than that year. That's not to say we haven't had great movies in 2018, because we have had quite a few of them, but overall, can we state that 2018 is as deep as those years? In my opinion, I don't think so. This year seems to be a bit more top-heavy with some blockbuster films we were given in a few months without those blockbusters, such as August and September. I only went to the theaters once. That is because barely any movies interested me in the months of August and September. I remember in previous years, those months had movies that I really wanted to see, and not just one or two, a bunch of them. Usually January and February are the two weakest months, but this year, a lot of those months have felt like a January or February. This is just my opinion, but I figured June would be a great month, and it ended up being heavily disappointing. We've had a lot of those months in 2018, and there's only 2 months left before we begin 2019, which is why this video is centered around November, because this is the final month where I see some potential. Not just potential for blockbusters, but also the Oscar field. The Oscar movies that have already been released to theaters this year, I can't say are as strong, or just in terms of all of this year's Oscar movies, I wouldn't say the field is nearly as deep as, say, 2017, 16, 15. It doesn't look like in November or December we'll be getting many more great Oscar movies, so our last hope for 2018 is a few blockbusters that are coming out this month, and maybe a couple of blockbusters in December, but as of right now, I see a lot more potential in November. Half of the movies I want to see in November are in fact sequels, which is a little bit disappointing too, but maybe they'll be better than the originals. So in this video, I wanted to touch on the movies that I feel in November could save the year 2018 from being a total bomb. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion too. I know some people believe that 2018 has been a great year for movies, but in my opinion, this is a top-heavy year with a few great ones, and the rest of the field is just average, nothing special. Right now, I would say I'm having a tough time compiling my top 10 movies of the year because of how weak and thin it has been. We were already granted Bohemian Rhapsody. It wasn't that great of a movie, but it was better than half of the movies I saw this year already. I am seeing Overlord, which is going to be another movie about D-Day, with zombies in the film, so that'll be pretty cool. Not the most original idea, but this movie was at first supposed to be a part of the Cloverfield universe, and then last minute they changed that before the trailer came out, so now it's its own thing. I will be seeing it this weekend. I've already heard a lot of good things. Hopefully it's a gore fest with tons of action and violence and everything I would expect to see from a movie like Overlord. But the real main event comes closer to Thanksgiving on November 16th. That is a Friday. We'll be given both Widows, a Steve McQueen movie, director of 12 Years a Slave. That movie has a great cast, is said to be the best cast of all 2018, so that movie is already looked to be one of the most anticipated and best films of the year. Also released on that weekend is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. This is the sequel to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them from 2016. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first film in this series, but maybe the sequel will improve upon what I wanted to see more out from the original film. At least this time we'll be given an actual villain and not somebody that's here and there, but you're not sure if he's the villain or not, with a very uninteresting subplot trying to find these beasts around New York City. It wasn't my thing, but the trailer for this movie looked really good. I do hope it returns to the Harry Potter form that I love so much. Those are just a few movies that I feel could improve the year 2018 in terms of movies a little bit more. But the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, November 21st, is the day I've been watching ever since the summer began. I always look forward to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. That day in particular is always great for movies. Last year on that day, Pixar sent out one of its best movies ever made, Coco. And like every single day before Thanksgiving, we are given, once again, another Disney movie, and this year it is Ralph Breaks the Internet. I'm a huge fan of the first Wreck-It Ralph, and that's not just because the plot is driven by video games, even though I'm a pretty big video game fan, but they knew how to make a fun, entertaining story while also creating this whole new world that you would want to explore in a place like Disney World. It was an innovative movie, and Ralph Breaks the Internet gives us another concept that makes sense to have a sequel for a movie like Wreck-It Ralph. That's a smart way of thinking. That's why I think this movie will be fresh, even though it's a sequel. Robin Hood will be released on that day as well, starring Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx. That film could surprisingly be an adventurous movie. Many people aren't expecting it to be too great, but from the trailer alone, it looks like it could have a chance at being a pretty solid movie. But I know most of you guys are very excited to watch Creed 2, which is the sequel to Creed from 2015. Creed is a fantastic boxing movie. It is in my top 5 favorite films from that year. I absolutely love Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed and Sylvester Stallone returning as Rocky. It'll be great to see the return of Ivan Drago and his son, Victor Drago. I cannot wait to see that fight between Adonis and Victor. For many people, this was their most anticipated movie of the year, and it could end up being as good as or even better than Creed from 2015. I'm just hoping these films are great movies and they save the year 2018 from being total crap for someone like me who was disappointed time after time again from the movies I watched this year. I need some movies that I can gather up and say, these are the 10 best movies of 2018, and so far, I don't have that. But from these 6 movies, maybe I'll have a shot, and by the end of the year, I will have a great list of these top 10 films. It is my opinion after all. I don't feel like 2018 has been the strongest movie year. There have been a couple of great movies, but the rest of the field has been subpar. Not many Blu-ray purchases from 2018, guys. It's okay if you disagree with my opinion. That's completely fine. I don't care. But if you guys have any movies that you feel were really good this year, and if you think this has been a great movie year compared to others, be sure to let me know down below in the comments section. Like I said though, I will be seeing Overlord and then eventually all the movies I just named. Hopefully all of them are great hits and save this year for me. Didn't mean to have a little bit of a rant there, but I am very serious when it comes to my movie years, and this year just hasn't been as great as previous movie years. Anyway, as you guys know the drill, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.